So this is CodeX Report number 4, part 2. Um, so I pretty much said all I've got to say about Fukushima. I pretty much said my piece on Obama for this episode. I'm going to talk about some of the other things that are going on right now. Um, there's a French website that is linked on Jeff Rent's that shows the radiation disbursement patterns and projections, and you really need to go and look at this just for your own peace of mind, to look at it and say, is this, do I believe this or not? And if you don't believe it, fine. And if you do, then you're more prepared. Um, there's I made a video about gold and silver and posted it. Would be yesterday now. Um, Actually, I didn't get it posted because it was too long. I need to get that one posted. It'll probably be up today, hopefully. Bernard von Nauthaus, the guy who basically put together the Liberty dollars, half ounce and 1 ounce silver coins. He has gold coins. He has gold and silver backed paper money. He has Liberty dollars, which is an electronic version of it. And he was brought to federal court, and I haven't researched it enough to figure out exactly what his charges were and whatnot, but they convicted him in a federal court of making his own silver coins, um, which I don't understand how they can do that, because the Constitution states that the only legal coinage or legal tender shall be gold and silver coins. Um, so I don't understand what their process of thinking is, except that they are a criminal organization and he is interfering with their profits. So if you look at it that way, then they obviously do whatever they have to do in order to solve their problem. So um, please support Bernard von Nathos. I think it was in Virginia where he had to go to trial. And I got a kitty that's attacking my feet here. Um, and honestly, uh, we need to just stop funding the government. We need to stop giving them any money whatsoever, because all they do is screw us. Literally, that's their job. Their job should be to protect the rights of the people, to protect the borders, and to make sure that the people have the ability to make their way in life without undue restrictions and fees and fines and hassles. So, in my opinion, the government has become a criminal organization, and we need to basically just stop funding them. Stop paying your taxes. Stop licensing your car. Um, for anything that you can do, try to figure out a way to do it without paying, sales tax or any of that. The system is so broken that the only way that they are going to stop being criminals is if we force them to stop. There's no way they're going to stop on their own. They are addicted to the power, the money, and the feeling of invincibility, and we need to put a stop to that. Um, the there was a volcano that went off in the Philippines today. If you go and check the 3D earthquake monitor, it's ridiculous. There's so much stuff going on, and not small stuff. There's fours and fives and a couple of sixes, and they're all over the place. Um, there's a few that are places where I've never heard of an earthquake being before. Um, yeah, it's ridiculous. Um, um, Trying to think of what else is on the news that I need to talk about. Just the cover up of the entire Fukushima incident, catastrophe, is unbelievable. It's just another sign that the government does not care about the people and are only out for themselves. Um, I originally had more to say on this one, but I'm kind of lost track of where I was going. So I will probably be doing a Sunday edition, and I'm going to try to do it and get it up today, so it's going out at the same time it gets made. Um, Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. Check out Jeff Rentz, and I'm probably gonna get crap for this, but go and watch Glenn Beck. You know, I'm gonna say this right now. You may not agree with everything Glenn Beck says. You may think that he is out of his mind, but if you don't listen to someone, you're not. What's the point of being here? You have to listen to everyone, do your own research, and make up your own mind. You know, really, that's what it comes down to. I personally like Glenn Beck. I like, the stories that he does and some of that, and there is a lot of good information in there. You just have to be aware that, he being on broadcast television, he is restricted. I mean, there are certain things that he simply cannot talk about, and I'm sure that there is someone, that at some point during the day says, what do you got going on today? Well, maybe you might not want to talk about that, or you might not want to talk about that. And I think that the reason maybe that he was gone for the week was that he was pushing the envelope a little bit. He was getting some information out there that um, they maybe didn't want in the public domain, or at least not by him, because he does have a large number of followers. And whatever you think of Glenn Beck, you have to. That was my cat again. You have to listen to everyone. You have to go and do your own research. You can't just say, "Oh, I heard Media Matters saying this or that about Glenn Beck," or listening to um, what's the name, Senku Uyghur, or whatever the fuck that douchebag's name is on the Young Turks that got picked up on NBC. Um, if 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 you are that virulently opposed to somebody that you have to lie and distort and misinterpret and everything else and misrepresent, then what the fuck are you doing? Trying to publish news? Seriously. Um, if I'm gonna find the video, and I think William Cooper has a video that goes through it, and I will post it. And it pretty much says everything that needs to be said about the media. And if you don't think that we have a controlled media in this country, you need to. I'm gonna link it on my site. I'm gonna go find it right after this is done. How Nations Die, and again, it's by David Duke. Regardless of what you think about David Duke, please watch this video and do your own research. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say for this episode of the Corbett Report. God be with everyone in Japan and everyone on the world. Uh, I may be against the New World Order and the Illuminati, but I can't in good conscience say that I wish God not to be with them, because at some point they're going to wake up and realize the just evil of what they have done. And if it's not in this life, it's in the next life. So, as it says in um, the Egyptian text, in the it was in the pyramid text or one of them, when you die, you go through the different trials, and at the end of the trials, your heart is weighed against a feather. And if your heart is black with sin and weighs, or heavy with sin and weighs more than a feather, then you are tossed into hell, or whatever um, is their version of that. So I do believe that everyone will get judged, and so I cannot say that I don't think that God should be with them. I some entity out there looks over everyone. And if you think it's God, if you think it's Satan, the devil, Lucifer, whatever, someone is there to, assist, guide, hinder, whatever. It depends on what you're doing and what your personality is. So, God be with, or whoever be with everyone, and hopefully some of these people that are involved in the Illuminati and are perpetuating some of these programs that are going to be killing, many, many, many people in the near future, will wake up and realize that, they're not going to get what they think they're going to get out of this. And that's pretty much the end of what I've got to say on that. So, like I said, God be with the people. Stay strong and fight the NWO and the globalists. Be for victory. Have a good night.